right, welcome everyone. Hewie, November the 17th, episode 293.
We're getting close to Black Friday and the end of the year. Where is
Amazing,
this
eh?
year gone?
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, welcome everyone. For those of you who are new here, welcome to the show. We have the show runs for about an hour now, and then we have a Q&A at the top of the hour, followed by the premiere version of three of the videos that we played last year. And the premiere version this today will be, and this is a video that's for YouTube. It's on YouTube now, but it doesn't start till 10 or half past the hour, top of the hour. I'm going to be talking about Chromebook accessories. Chris Gould's going to talk about what is an HEIC file, and if you have a Mac or an iPhone, that's important. And I'm going to start with learning AI for seniors. It's a series of 10 videos I made to help seniors understand AI, and the first one will be replayed today as well. So we've got those three videos for you. They will come on at half past top of the hour. Just to give you everyone a heads up, I'll introduce everybody in just a moment, but I'll give everyone a heads up on our scheduling change. So this is, of course, November. What are our plans for November? Nothing. In fact, we're going to continue on and we will be doing the shows as regular, including your Thanksgiving Day on the 25th, which is a Thursday, and we will have the Tech for Senior Live, our news broadcast on that day. And we will, so if you have nothing to do and before you eat that big turkey dinner, you can have a listen to us discussing the news. However, in December, we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to put a pause on the Thursday show, our news service show. We'll be doing the full Monday. We'll always be doing the Monday show, but the news service show on Thursday, we're going to put a pause on that and we're going to add a news section into the Monday show. So there'll be a 10-minute news section where we go over the news in the Monday show just to keep all you news hungry people happy. And so then we're going to do that and give that a trial through December. So there will be no Thursday show through December, and we'll be sending out information about that as well. Now, let me introduce everybody just to let you know we have a great group of people. Some are here today, some are not. I'm Ron Brown. I live in Comox on Vancouver Island, off the west coast of Canada, and way over on the other side of the United States in Florida, we have Hewie Poplock, who needs little introduction. Well, little
Well,
introduction.
then don't introduce me.
Right. And of course, in Oklahoma City, we have Bill James, very popular guy. He does the gadget article in our newsletter tomorrow. You can read all about that. But we always label him a gadget guy, but he's really a very smart guy. You'll see today he talks on Windows, Apple stuff. He always talks about all sorts of technical stuff. So he's sort of a smart guy. And then, of course, Mike Leaman is not our music director. He is our entertainment director now. And so we have the last 15 minutes of our show. Mike talks about movies that he's selected and also audio clips to listen to as well. So, Mike, well done. And we look forward to your selection today.
We've
Are you
got some
there?
good ones again today.
Yes. Well, we
And
watched it.
besides all that, I know a little bit about the technical stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. And I said we have a regular Saturday night is at the movies at the Browns now, and we always watch Mike's selection. So we watched Max last week, Max last night. So I'm not going to tell everyone what your selection is today because I'll leave that up to you. But it's lots of fun. So please watch his videos. These are fun videos for or movies for seniors. You'll have a real blast with them. So well done, Mike. Today we also have a special guest. We have Murray Strome here today. He's going to play his video or I'll be playing his video shortly. Murray, thank you so much for doing this today. We always encourage anybody who wants to put forth some information or participate in the show. We are all ears and 100% behind it. And we have a lot of you who have already presented on the show. And so we're very happy that you're doing that. And Murray's going to be talking about a topic in a minute, and we'll discuss that. Let's see now. Now Chris and Jim Gould, who usually present on the show, I'll just let you know that they are, I guess they're probably in Darwin now. I haven't heard from them from about a week, but they are on a residential cruise ship and traveling around the world. So anyway, we'll probably get some updates in the next couple of weeks from them, but they are indeed having a great experience. They are called Geeks on Tour, and if you go to their site, they're also a sponsor of our newsletter. If you go to their site, you can see all their image pictures and all their traveling all around the world. All right, I think we have a big show for you today. I want to get going. The first one we're going to talk. Murray, are you there? Where's Murray? Can you unmute yourself? Now, Murray submitted a video, and I'm going to be playing the video in a sec. But Murray, do you want to just give us a short clip or short discussion about why you made the video and maybe the issues that you had surrounding that, and give us some information about that, and then I'll play your video. Okay?
Okay. Many different computers, but I have an iMac, and it's M3. It should be the most powerful computer of my computers. But a few months ago, I started having an issue. Whenever it would say, "We've got an update available for you," I would say, "Okay, go ahead, install the update now," and it would fail. After a while, I tracked it down to the fact that for some reason, the connection to the Apple server that provides the update would run into a timeout, and it would pause. And then the update feature would just simply abort. And I tried this several times, and I couldn't get it to work. I phoned Apple. They couldn't get it to work. So this is the workaround that I found. If you've ever had that kind of problem where you can't update, then try this technique. And I will just mention, very first thing you have to do is make sure you've got enough storage space free, because updates usually take a large, typically 50 gigabytes or something really big that you have to download. It doesn't use that space when it's all done, but you need it to do the update. So go ahead and play the video. I kept under 3 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Hey there, and welcome. So if you're watching this, I'm guessing your Mac is being a little stubborn about updating. You're in the right place. We're going to jump right in and get this sorted out so your computer is running on the latest and greatest software. Does this look painfully familiar? Yeah, that little pop-up that just says the update failed. It is so frustrating, right? You try it again, maybe you cross your fingers, and you just get the exact same result. It feels like you're totally stuck in a loop. But here's the good news. You are not stuck. There is a super reliable manual workaround that just bypasses whatever is causing that error. And in this explainer, I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So first up, before we jump into the fix, let's just take a quick second to talk about why this annoying error even happens in the first place. Okay, the very, very first thing you gotta check is your storage space. Just pop open About This Mac and click on that Storage tab. You know, these big OS updates can require over 50 gigabytes of free space to do their thing. So if you're running low on space, that's almost definitely your culprit right there. But what if you've got plenty of room? Well, then the issue probably isn't on your end. It's often some kind of glitch with the download path from Apple's servers. You know, something gets corrupted or just stuck along the way. All right, before we touch a single thing, we have to run through a quick pre-flight checklist. And trust me, this part is absolutely crucial. Do not skip this. It's all about protecting your data. And I really cannot stress this enough. This is the single most important step in this entire process. Before you do anything else, please make a complete backup of your Mac. If anything goes sideways, this is your safety net. Now, you've got a few really solid options. The most common one is just using Time Machine with an external hard drive. Super easy. You could also create a full disk image with disk utility. Or if you're a little more technical, you can use Apple's software restore. Just pick one, let it run, and make sure it finishes completely. And here's a little pro tip for you. Once you've updated and everything seems fine, don't just erase that backup right away. Keep it around for a few days. You want to make sure the new OS is running smoothly before you get rid of your safety net. Okay, checklist is complete. Now we get to the fun part, the core of this whole fix. It involves a clever and maybe slightly unexpected little trick to get that update file. So, why are we doing this? Well, instead of downloading the update on your Mac, which is where it keeps failing, we're going to use a Windows or Linux PC. It's kind of weird, right? But here's the logic. The Mac's own update software has all these specific services and behaviors that can get tripped up. A simple browser download on another computer, it completely sidesteps all of those Mac-specific points of failure. It's just a clean download. So where do you get the file? You're going to head over to ℙ𝕝𝕝𝕝macintosh.com. It's a really well-known and trusted site that gathers all the direct download links from Apple's own servers. You're looking for the full installer for the latest version of macOS. Go ahead and download that package file. All right, once you've got that file downloaded on your PC or Linux machine, you're ready to bring it over to your Mac and finally start the installation. And the whole thing really just breaks down into 4 super simple steps. We're going to transfer the file, we'll install the installer program, that's an important distinction, then we'll run the actual OS update, and finally, we'll just check to make sure it all worked. So, step 1, getting that file onto your Mac. If you're comfy with networking, sure, you can transfer it over your local network, but honestly, the easiest way for almost everyone is to just use a regular old USB flash drive. Copy the file to the drive from your PC, and then just plug it into your Mac. Simple. Okay, once the file is on your Mac's desktop, find that installassistant.pkg file and double-click it. Now listen, this is a super important point. This step does not install the new macOS. All it does is install the installer program itself into your applications folder. So how do you know if that last step worked? Easy. Just open your applications folder. You should see a brand new app in there called Install macOS, whatever the new version is. If you see that, you are ready for the main event. Now you're going to double-click that new macOS installer application you just found. It'll run through a few preparations, and then when it's ready, it's going to ask you to restart your computer. Go ahead and click that restart button, and the real OS installation will begin. After your Mac restarts, and this might take a little while, so go grab a coffee, you can check that the update was a success. Just click the little Apple icon in the top left corner of your screen and choose About This Mac. The window that pops up should show you the shiny new OS version number. Okay, but what if you're thinking, I don't have a Windows or Linux computer just lying around? Don't worry, you are not out of luck. You still got some great options. You can always use a friend's computer, right? Or head down to your public library. Most of them have computers you can use. Or even look for a local computer club. All you need is a machine with an internet connection and a USB port, so you can download that file to your flash drive. Now, if you do go this route, just be extra careful. Use a computer you trust. When you click that download link, just glance at the URL and double check that it has a real Apple address in it, like apple.com or applecdn.net. It's always a good idea to scan that USB drive for malware when you're done. And please, through this whole process, keep your Mac plugged into a power source. You do not want it dying mid-update. And that is it. You did it. By following these steps, you've completely sidestepped that horrible update error. You've taken control of the whole process, and you've successfully updated your Mac to the latest and greatest operating system. Nicely done.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Murray. That's a good one, and hopefully that helps some people. There may be some questions we'll address those in the Q&A.
Mr.
Now,
Murray's voice changed.
yeah, well, he's growing up a little. Anyway, all right. Now, I have to tell you, making the next video, you know me and Amazon, I get a lot of packages delivered. I've never heard of this product, this service at Amazon, and I'm going to play that now for you. Never heard of this, so I just found out about it. So I thought I'd make a video because maybe you haven't heard of it either. All right, so let me just play this. Hey everyone, today we're talking about something a little unusual, but surprisingly handy. It's called Amazon in-garage delivery. Yes, that means Amazon puts your packages inside your garage. No, they're not moving in, and no, they're not judging the pile of boxes you meant to recycle 3 months ago. Let's get into it. Amazon teamed up with the folks at MyQ, the people behind smart garage door openers, to create a safer way to deliver packages. Instead of leaving the box outside in the rain, snow, and wind, or the hands of those hungry porch pirates, Amazon places it nicely inside your garage. Simple. Here's how easy it is. Install a MyQ Smart Garage Opener, or use one you already have. Link the MyQ app to your Amazon account, and at checkout, just choose In Garage Delivery. It couldn't be simpler. Then the magic happens. The driver arrives, the MyQ system verifies the delivery, your garage door opens just a little, the package goes inside, the door closes. No fuss, no codes, no special access, and no driver wandering around your garage. The MyQ app turns your garage into a smart garage. You can open and close your door remotely, check if you forgot to close it, get alerts when it opens and closes, and you'll get a message the moment your package is delivered securely. It's peace of mind right in your pocket. So what actually happens during delivery? Let's talk about the delivery itself. The driver requests secure access, MyQ verifies the package, and authorizes a quick open. The door just lifts enough for the box to go in. The driver places the package inside, steps out, and the door closes. They can't open it again, they can't explore, and they definitely can't borrow your lawnmower. It's all controlled by Amazon and MyQ down to the second. Now, why do people love this? Well, it means there's no wet packages, no snow-covered boxes, no windstorm surprises, no porch pirates. The package stays safe where they belong. Perfect if you travel, perfect if you can't always get to your door quickly, and perfect if you just want things secure and simple. And the best part, if you have Amazon Prime, it's free. No extra fees, no subscriptions, just set it up and enjoy. Now let's talk about common concerns. I don't want people in my garage. Well, they're not in your garage. They're one step in, place the package, and step out. It's faster than delivering a pizza. What if they steal something? Well, they can't. They only get one controlled open, and the system logs everything. What if my garage is a disaster zone? Trust me, deliveries drivers have seen worse, much worse. All right, here's what you need to get started. A MyQ compatible garage opener or a MyQ smart garage hub. Wi-Fi in your garage, the MyQ app on your phone, and an Amazon account with Prime. And of course you need a garage. That part helps. Setup may take around 10 minutes, less time than it takes to find that screwdriver you swear you put somewhere safe in the garage. So in summary, the Amazon in-garage delivery with the MyQ app is secure, It's simple and a surprisingly brilliant way to protect your packages from the weather, from thieves, and from disappearing under the porch cushion where you forgot it was there. So I just had 2 new garage door openers installed with my new garage doors. I had LiftMaster garage door openers installed, and the MyQ app was part of the installation process. So it was an experience for me. Now, I was amazed when I look back on this, but the program has been available in the United States since 2019. And in Canada, it was introduced in September of 2024. So this is not a new program. It's been widely available for quite some time. I had no idea, even though I'm a real busy Amazon person and I order a lot of packages, I'd never even heard of this service. So that's why I was so excited when I had my new doors put in and the new LiftMaster control system, that it was just a simple app that I put on my phone, and this all worked. Now let me show you where to find it in your Amazon account, because it's there. It's sort of easy. Let me show you how to do this. So as you see in the background here, this is my Amazon account. If we come up and we're going to click account here, not orders, we're going to click account and come up here. Now let's scroll down here, and if you keep looking, you're going to find ordering and shopping preferences. And if you come down, you'll see Amazon key settings. It's right there. You probably never knew it was, but it was always right there. So if we click on Amazon key settings, you'll see, first of all here, that it already has the MyQ software set up for my garage door. So I don't, this is already there. And when you come down here, you're going to see the default delivery method, and you'll see I have Amazon Day in Garage is my default. Now, I'll tell you that there's a little twist to that in just a second here. And if you come down to settings, if we click on settings here, you can actually say authorize users. And if you want, you can have other members of your family simply by putting their email address in here. They can also have packages delivered to your garage. So that's possible if you want. If you had other, I have a lot of company coming for Christmas, and they could, of course, use that as the packages arrive. So this is an option for you. You can change your address. You can actually remove the garage door if you don't want to do this anymore. This is the section you would do that. Or you can turn off the service. If you want to just turn it off for a while, maybe you're going on holidays for 6 months, you're going to be away, you can just turn the service off. Now there is some confusion, and I want to come back to this default delivery method. There's actually 2 services that are in play here. One of them is called Amazon Day in Garage service. And this is where you get to choose a day, Monday through Friday. I guess it's 7 days a week. You get to choose a day in which you want all your packages delivered. So they accumulate all your packages and they will deliver once a week, and they're going to put it in the garage. And that service is free, and if you have Amazon Prime. Now, that service is not available in all centers, and it's not available where I live. I suspect if you're in an urban area where there's a much bigger volume, that service is available in Canada and the United States. And that is called Amazon Day in Garage service, but it's once a week. Now, if you want to have the service like I do now, and if I want a package delivered and put in the garage, it's $1.99 per package. And I'll show you where you're going to see that, because you'll see that in your order system. And I'll show you that next. So let's have a look at a demonstration order I put in today. So this, of course, is an order for an iPad. And it was for $399. And I put that in this morning. Now on the right side, you'll see the options I have for delivery. Now I have Amazon Prime, so I get free delivery. So you will see that I do have the option of free delivery on November the 7th. If I wanted the delivery to be a garage delivery, I would simply click the top one, which would be, it would also be delivered on Monday, and it would be $1.99, which is the key delivery charge. Now, if I had selected the day service, which I don't have and it's not available in my area, but you should check, because if you can choose the day delivery, you just choose Monday through, I guess, maybe Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and you choose what day you want all your packages delivered on, then Amazon will gather them all up and deliver them on that one day. But that does mean you don't get 24 or 48-hour delivery, and then they would put them all in the garage, and there would be no charge, and you can actually set that up as your preference on how you want things delivered to your home. So that's a good thing to think about. If you're not in a hurry for your packages, you want them to securely be delivered and just put in the garage as a group, then that's a pretty good service. And it would come once a week. And that is free with Amazon Prime. If you enjoyed this walkthrough, hit the like and subscribe and let me know in the comments. Would you let Amazon Driver into your garage? Thanks for watching. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior. Hopefully you enjoyed the video as much as I had making it. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Hi everyone. Today we're taking a closer look at one of Windows' most underrated features, pairing your smartphone with your PC. Whether you're using an Android or an iPhone, connecting your devices can save time, boost productivity, and make everyday tasks feel effortless. In this video, I'll show you how pairing works, why you might want to use it, and a few pitfalls you should watch out for. Let's dive in. Windows gives you two main ways to pair your phone: through Bluetooth, which handles basic connections, and through the Phone Link app, which unlocks all the advanced features. If you have an Android phone, good news, you get the most powerful integration. Just open Phone Link on your PC and install Link to Windows on your Android device. Sign in with your Microsoft account, turn on Bluetooth, and approve the pairing on both screens. In just a minute or two, your PC and phone are talking to each other like old friends. For iPhone users, pairing is simpler, but not as feature-rich. You connect by turning on Bluetooth in both devices and pairing them manually. You'll still be able to make calls, route audio, and use iCloud for photos. The deeper features like messaging or app mirroring are Android only. So what do you actually get once your phone is paired with Windows? Quite a bit. Reply to messages without ever picking up your phone. Great for work, Zoom meetings, or late night laptop sessions. No more missing messages or app alerts. Your PC shows them in real time. Your PC becomes a giant speakerphone, perfect when your phone is across the room. Drag your latest photos right into documents, emails, or presentations. No cables required. You can open actual phone apps on your computer. Yes, your WhatsApp, your TikTok, your banking app, all right there. Pairing saves steps, saves taps, and keeps your focus where you need it. Pairing is powerful, but it's not perfect. Here are a few things to keep in mind. Bluetooth plus phone link can use extra battery, especially on older phones. When you pair, Windows may ask for access to your contacts, messages, notifications, and photos. You choose what to allow, but always think before you tap OK. Apple keeps a tighter lock on integrations, so the Windows experience isn't as robust. Interference, distance, or outdated drivers can cause the occasional disconnect. If you're presenting or screen sharing, notifications from your phone could pop up on your PC. Turn on Focus Assist or disable notifications before a meeting. Pairing your phone with Windows takes just a few minutes, but the payoff can be huge. Faster workflow, better communication, easier file access, and a more connected digital life. Just be mindful of privacy settings and Bluetooth reliability, and you'll have one of the most seamless cross-device experiences Windows offers. Now for a live demo.
Okay. What I'd like to show you is how to get to this. And if you're in a Windows 11 machine, you just need to go to the Start button and click on All Apps, come down to Phone Link, and you'll see Phone Link System. Click on that, and then it will then launch the program. Now, there's been some interesting changes that have been made since I made this video. One of the things I think you'll find most interesting is that, as you can see all the apps on your phone. These are all the apps that I have on my phone. But say, for instance, if I want to actually use one of these without having to go to my phone, I can do it right here from my PC. And all I need to do is just click on the particular application, like the calendar, for instance, and then it will then display. You have to unlock your device. Now, what you see here is at the very top, you'll see a new icon that allows you to expand your screen so you can make it full screen. You'll get this little information, and then you just say switch. And now you can go ahead and use that application just as you would on your phone, except that you're using your keyboard and mouse on your PC. So as it said in the video, that you can also answer messages, or by clicking on messages here, you can bring up all your messages that you have. And just by clicking on those, you can go ahead and start a conversation or answer these messages without having to use your phone to do so. You'll see all your notifications here on the side that are on your phone. You also can review the calls that you've made. Here's all the apps that you have on your phone. And also you can see all your photos that you've taken, and you can share those directly from your phone, as well as do any kind of editing that you might want to do for that. So what I suggest you do is that if you have an Android phone or an Apple phone, is try the phone link that's in Windows 11, and you'd be surprised how versatile the application can be, and you can enjoy using the applications on your phone on your PC. Back to you, Ron.
Okay, thanks, Bill. I probably have some questions maybe in the Q&A about that. But excellent presentation. Thanks so much for doing that. Hewie, Bob, we'll wait until we do all the questions at the very end. Okay. And Hewie, let's take it away.
How Google Gemini's deep research can help seniors. How Gemini connects your world. I'm Hewie Poplock. Our information is fragmented. The challenge? Finding your needle in your haystack. The disconnected reality is we context switch constantly. We search Gmail, then Drive, then chat, trying to piece together a single story from fragmented data. The hidden cost? This isn't just an annoyance, it's a massive drain on productivity. We waste hours every week on digital logistics instead of doing deep, meaningful work. The solution? Gemini with deep research. How it works. Your world connected. Gmail instantly analyzes years of emails, threads, and attachments. Drive understands the context of your docs, sheets, slides, and PDFs. Chat finds key decisions, and files shared in team conversations. The power of Gemini. One prompt, all your data. Ask more personal, powerful questions. A real-world example. Let's put it to the test. I had a real research task. I needed to summarize all of the articles our Tech for Senior newsletter published in 2024. This used to be a painful manual process, so I gave the entire task to Gemini in a single prompt. So this is how you do it. You go to Gemini, you click on Deep Research. Then you go to Sources. When you see the menu for Sources, I clicked on Gmail. Then I put in my prompt. What articles have been written in the Tech for Seniors newsletter in 2024? I got a result. If you'll see in the corner where I blocked it, it says page 1 of 22 in Word. 22 pages worth. Or over 5,000 words. Just to read it would be 22 minutes. To speak it, about 36 minutes. 35,000 plus characters, 320 paragraphs, and I'm not going to read it to you. But that was the article. So, the aha moment, the query. And I asked Gemini just one question. What articles have been written in the Tech for Seniors newsletter in 2024? It found 12 Tech for Seniors newsletters from 2024 in my inbox. It extracted and listed 48 unique articles from those emails. And it identified key themes. The top 3 topics for the year were AI, personal cybersecurity, and health tech. It flagged 2 unpublished drafts from my newsletter ideas in Google Doc. It found one related slide deck in the drive, and that was Q1 content plan that detailed the health tech series. And it connected related content. I had forgotten it existed, and it linked emails to the planning docs. Unlock your productivity. What used to be a 2-hour manual review, searching Gmail, finding docs, opening tabs, and cross-referencing is now a single 10-second query. This is the power of deep research. It gives you back your time, allowing you to focus on insights, not logistics. The results? Let's take a look.
So, 2024, the year everyone was scrambling to figure out AI. But you know, one publication wasn't just explaining it, they were creating a masterclass for an audience that a lot of people just write off as tech-phobic. Today, we're diving into the brilliant 2024 strategy of Tech for Seniors to see how they didn't just teach technology, they actually empowered an entire generation with it. I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. It's a huge challenge, isn't it? How do you even begin to connect decades of life experience with a world that's being completely rewritten by artificial intelligence almost overnight? Well, a publication called Tech for Seniors didn't just give it a shot. They totally nailed it with an incredible strategy. We've gone through their entire 2024 playbook, and we're going to walk you through exactly how they pulled it off. So here's the game plan. We'll start with their core mission, then we'll track their big moves on AI and security, see how they tied tech to overall well-being, and finally, we'll wrap it all up into a powerful empowerment playbook. You know, the success this newsletter had, it wasn't an accident. Nope. It was built on a really clear and focused mission that they laid out for their audience right at the beginning of 2024. They actually called it their triple mandate. First up, lock down digital security. Super important. Second, tackle AI head-on. Not just talking about what it is, but how you can actually use it. And third, make sure the physical tech, the devices themselves, were actually comfortable and easy to use. These 3 pillars were the guide for everything they published. Okay, now for the main event of the year, AI. This is where their strategy just absolutely shines, because they took their readers on a journey from just being curious about AI to actually taking control of it. And check this out. This timeline tells the whole story. They started the year off nice and easy in January with an article about the idea of AI helping with loneliness. But look at the jump. By October, they're giving practical, hands-on tutorials from Ron Brown on how to use Gemini. By December, they're unlocking creative tools like Sora. But they didn't stop there. They immediately followed up with maybe their most important article of the year, a strict list of safety rules. So that's the key right there. This was a deliberate shift. AI was introduced as this gentle concept, a potential friend. But by the end of the year, the message was crystal clear. This thing is a powerful utility. It's a tool, not your best pal, and it demands that you, the user, are in control and really, really careful. And you know what? This whole idea of empowerment wasn't just about AI. Their approach to security followed the exact same playbook. It was all about moving readers from just fixing problems to building proactive digital fortresses. So at the beginning of the year, the advice was like digital first aid. It answered that panicked question, okay, something bad just happened. What do I do now? And that's a necessary starting point for sure. But fast forward to December, and wow, what a change. They weren't just plugging leaks anymore. They were teaching their audience how to build a system so secure that those leaks are way less likely to ever happen. Okay, this is what I find so cool. This shows how much they trusted their audience. Instead of just saying, use a strong password for the millionth time, contributor Hewie Poplock was explaining FIDO2. That's a passwordless security standard that pros use. They were teaching seniors how to leapfrog into a future without passwords, which, let's be honest, are the weakest link for almost everybody. And they brilliantly connected security right back to the AI boom. In that super important What Not to Tell AI article, they laid out these simple rules. Rule 1, obvious but crucial, never share personal stuff. Rule 2, go into the settings and turn off the AI's memory. And Rule 3, don't use those convenient sign in with Google buttons. Create unique logins. Simple steps, but they put all the power back in the user's hands. So that brings us to the third and maybe the most important piece of their strategy. The newsletter just got that technology is pretty useless if it doesn't actually make your life better. Their mission went way beyond just staring at a screen. This quote from our analysis just nails it. When the Samsung Galaxy Watch got FDA approval for sleep apnea detection, they didn't just say, hey, cool new feature. They framed it as a massive shift, turning a lifestyle gadget into a serious preventative healthcare tool. It stopped being a toy and became an investment in your health. But you want to know the real proof? The absolute smoking gun that showed how deeply committed they were? It had nothing to do with gadgets at all. In May, they published this incredible guide that proved they were so much more than tech advisors. They were life advocates. I mean, just look at this list. The Seniors Seeking Help Guide had info on everything from financial aid and housing repairs to mental health services and legal help. They understood that sometimes the most important thing tech can do is connect you to these essential, real-world services. Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. When you look at the whole year, what does this masterclass actually look like? Well, it can be broken down into a simple, really powerful, and repeatable playbook for empowerment. It really boils down to 3 key moves. First, you mature your audience's security from just reacting to problems to actively preventing them. Second, you treat new tech like AI as a powerful tool to be controlled, not some scary mystery. And third, you always connect that tech back to a real improvement in someone's quality of life. And really, that's the bottom line here. In a year that was just defined by the chaos of the AI revolution, this newsletter gave its readers a roadmap. It respected them, it built up their skills step by step, and in the end, it gave them not just information, but genuine control. And that leaves me with one last thought. Yeah, this was a strategy for seniors. But in an age where basically everyone is struggling to keep up, is this respectful, structured, and empowering approach the blueprint for how we should all be learning for the rest of our lives?
How Google Gemini's deep research can help seniors. I'm Hewie Poplock.
You leave me speechless. I was laughing so hard. What a video. Great one, Hewie. And who does not subscribe to our newsletter? If you don't, after watching that video, get over to Tech for Senior and subscribe. Excellent. Well done. All right, one short video before we get to Mike Leaman's Entertainment, just one quick last video. I think you'll find this interesting.
We're standing on the edge of a huge shift in how we care for our loved ones. But this new AI-driven world, is it a promise of help, or is it a future of constant surveillance? Let's get into it. Everything really starts with this one giant number. According to the UN, this is how many people will be over the age of 60 by the year 2050. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That's more than double the number from just 2020. This huge demographic wave is already putting an unbelievable strain on how we do things. We're facing a massive shortage of human caregivers, and families everywhere are scrambling. So, what's the plan? And that's where, you guessed it, AI comes into the picture. It's being held up as this powerful, new answer to a crisis that's only getting bigger, a way for technology to step in and fill some pretty big shoes. So, what are we really talking about when we say AI home care assistant? Well, this isn't just some simple gadget. It's a smart system that actually learns and adapts to a person over time. It can handle things like medication reminders, detect an emergency like a fall, keep an eye on health stats, and even, provide a little bit of companionship. And this tech comes in a few different flavors. You've got your usual suspects, the virtual assistants like Alexa. But then there are social robots, built from the ground up just for companionship. You've got these really sophisticated monitoring systems using sensors and cameras, and even health platforms that crunch data to create a care plan that's unique to you. The potential here is just huge. We're talking about making homes safer with 24/7 monitoring, letting our parents and grandparents live independently for way longer. It could be a powerful weapon against the terrible problem of loneliness, and it could take a massive weight off the shoulders of family caregivers. And hey, this isn't just some sci-fi dream. It's already happening. Take the social robot LEQ. Studies have actually shown that it makes a real measurable difference, significantly cutting down on feelings of loneliness for older folks living on their own. Okay, so that's the sunny side of the street. But you knew there was a but coming, right? With any tech this powerful, there's always another side of the story. And it forces us to ask a tough question. Is this an aid or is it an adversary? This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? It's like two sides of the same coin. The promise of safety can feel a lot like surveillance. The promise of independence could mean losing control of your own data and your own life. Connection can become intrusion, and that promise of support, it can crumble if your data isn't secure. It all boils down to one simple but incredibly hard question. How do you build trust? So let's look at a real story from a developer on Reddit. He built this great AI system to detect falls using just a webcam, all to help his own elderly relatives. Great idea, right? But he immediately hit a brick wall. And this quote from that discussion just nails the problem. A fall in the bathroom is one of the most common dangers. But how on earth do you convince someone to put a camera in their shower? It's a tough sell, to say the least. The privacy issue is just bam, right there in your face. Another person in the conversation just put it even more bluntly. You're talking about putting a camera in what is, for most people, the most private space in their entire house. Suddenly, earning trust isn't just important, it's incredibly difficult. And look, this isn't just a bunch of people arguing on the internet. An academic study that looked into this very thing found the exact same split. When they talked to older adults, they found their opinions were completely divided. And this was the key takeaway from that research. People saw these AI products in very stark, black and white terms. It was either a helpful tool, an aid, or it was a threat, an adversary. There was almost no in-between. Okay, so that's the problem. How do we fix it? How do you actually design this technology so that it helps without freaking people out? Well, it all comes down to designing for dignity. The good news is, we don't have to use a regular video camera. That same online discussion brought up a bunch of really smart alternatives. Things like thermal imaging, which just sees heat, not details, or LiDAR, which maps a room with harmless lasers, and of course wearable devices that can track vitals and movement without a single camera in sight. In that research with older adults, it gives us a pretty clear 4-step playbook. Number 1, always get explicit consent. Tell people what you're collecting and why. 2, give the user control. Easy ways to manage their own settings. 3, communicate clearly. No confusing tech jargon. And 4, design it for them. Make it intuitive. So what does user control actually look like? It can be super simple, like just giving someone an easy way to turn the microphone off. So many people in the study were worried the device was always eavesdropping. A simple off switch for the listening mode goes a long, long way. And get this, building trust isn't all about fancy high-tech features. You know what one of the most requested things was in the study? Something totally old school? A good, well-written, printed user manual. Something you can actually hold in your hands and refer to.
Which brings us to our final and maybe our most important point. In this rush to solve everything with technology, we can't forget about the most valuable and complex algorithm out there, the human one.
The goal here should never, ever be to replace human caregivers. That's not the win. The technology is at its absolute best when it's a tool to augment human connection, when it handles the routine stuff so that people can focus on what people do best, providing real emotional support.
A woman in that research study just summed it up perfectly. She compared her voice assistant to Pinocchio, who wanted to be a real boy but never could be. She said, at the end of the day, you just have to accept that AI will always have its limits.
And that's really what this all comes down to, isn't it? Technology can be an amazing support system. It can watch over us, remind us, and connect us. But it can't replace the warmth, the empathy, and the simple dignity of real human touch.
So, I'll leave you with this one thought to chew on. We are building machines that can watch over us. But can we ever build a machine that can truly care?
All right. Hopefully we have some questions in the Q&A about that. Lots of interesting stuff there. All right, Mike, before you get started, I'm just going to say goodbye to everyone over on our YouTube feed. Thank you for coming, and we do appreciate you being here. Don't forget that we do have our Thursday show coming up and also our premiere video starting at 1:30. Let me just, and you can pop over if you want to participate in the Q&A. Mike, let me just turn off the live stream. There you go. You should be ready to go.
Okay, so I'll just share my screen and take over here. Okay, so let's see, I want that out of the way. Okay, so today in music history, some notable events that happened. Music history itself, 1996, the Spice Girls topped the UK album chart with their debut album Spice. It became one of the best-selling albums of all time. In 1980, John Lennon's album Double Fantasy was released. This would be his last album released during his lifetime. In 1979, ABBA was verified by the Guinness World Book of Records as the biggest selling recording group in history. And in 1970, Elton John's live radio broadcast from A&R Recording Studios in New York was released as his first live album, 171170. 1962, the Four Seasons single, Big Girls Don't Cry, hit #1 on the U.S. Billboard chart. 1958, the Kingston Trio's recording of the folk song, Tom Dooley, hit #1 in America. Some notable births on this date: 1966, American songwriter and guitarist Jeff Buckley. 1960, RuPaul, American drag queen, singer, actor, and TV personality. In 1942, Bob Gaudio, singer-songwriter for the Four Seasons and a prolific record producer. 1938, Gordon Lightfoot, legendary Canadian folk singer-songwriter. 1925, Rock Hudson, American actor. 1944, Danny DeVito, American actor, comedian, and director. 1942, Martin Scorsese, acclaimed American film director. Some other milestones: in 2003, Britney Spears, at age 21, became the youngest singer to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. 1998, Super Tuesday in the U.S. retail saw a wave of superstar music releases, including Garth Brooks' Double Live, Mariah Carey's #1s, Whitney Houston's My Love Is Your Love. And that brings us to today's prime pick of the week, the movie for the week, and it's a follow-up to last week's. This is the sequel to Max 2, White House Hero. So the same dog comes back, but in this case, Max is assigned to the White House, while Charlie, the Secret Service dog, is on maternity leave. He meets TJ, a 12-year-old boy who is the president's son, and due to his father's high profile, he's trying hard to fit in and lead a normal life. During a state visit by the Russian president and his daughter Alexandria, Alex, TJ is asked to accompany her. During their stay, TJ befriends Alex, but when they get into trouble, Max comes to the rescue. So we'll play that clip from now on, and then I'll come back and we'll share the music feature for today.
Okay.
And that's this week's Entertainment Corner.
Thank you so much, Mike. That was great. As I said to you earlier, Saturday night is movie night night at the Browns, and we're doing all your movies. So we watched Max last night. So we look towards the sequel next Saturday. So that's great. For those of you who have to run off, don't forget we have our show on Thursday. For those of you who are staying, don't forget at 1:30 we will be playing you. There will be the video, and I put the link in the chat for you if you missed that. But the video we'll have our premiere video, Chromebook accessories, ℙ𝕝𝕗 files by Chris Gould, and Learning Chromebooks, the first of a series by myself.